photo. No. Hi. Okay.
What is going on, guys? My name is Orphid, and it's been a very long time. I know. Get off my case, please. Let me live. How are you guys? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. And real quick, before we get into this, I'm gonna let y'all hear a little section of this OST from Final Fantasy because this shit is so good. I'm gonna use that as the background music for the rest of this video, so if you don't like it, tough shit, brother. Anyways, the world is pretty crazy right now with all of the COVID-19 stuff going on. Hopefully everybody is doing good. Hopefully you're all safe, taking all the necessary precautions that your state is mandating for you, so this virus goes as quick as possible. Because look, games are getting pushed back because of this shit. I need y'all to stay in the fucking house so I can play my games. I don't ask for much, so let me have it. Please stay in the fucking house. But hopefully everything is alright and you guys are all safe and sound and whatnot. So in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about all the games I've been playing over these last few months, and later on in the video I'm gonna get into the Last of Us 2 situation. Pretty sure you guys have heard about that if you are an avid gamer. But there's some pretty nuts stuff going on with that, but that's gonna be for later in the video. So, games. Let's talk games. It's been a while, I know. Here I am. So, the games that came out recently that I've been playing are Doom Eternal, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Persona 5 Royal, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Now, I'm gonna start with Doom Eternal. I started with Doom 2016, and it was my first time playing a Doom game ever. I think it was on sale for like $6 or something on the store, and I was like, fuck it, why not, let's play it. And that game was awesome. It was fucking great. Some of the best shooting mechanics I had ever experienced in a game, just period. I really enjoyed that, and Doom Eternal was already really close to release, so jumping in as late as I did made it so I didn't have much waiting to do, which was good because my god is Doom Eternal fucking fantastic. I'm gonna say it right now, Doom Eternal is the best FPS game I've ever played. Straight up. The shooting mechanics are so tight, the movement is so fluid, they give you so many tools to just fully put yourself in that Doom Slayer essence and just fucking slay demons, and it's so great. It is a visual and oral sensation. You gotta experience the game, man. If you don't like first-person shooters, I can understand that, but man, give it a try. Please give it a try because you'd be missing out on such an incredible game. They added some new stuff from Doom 2016. They added the flamethrower, a wrist-mounted grenade launcher. So instead of having to actually throw the grenades, you don't lose downtime. They just kind of fly out autonomously when you press the button. Everything in the game was enhanced to eliminate downtime, and it feels so fucking good. Like, easily one of the best games this year, and I will not be surprised if it is a Game of the Year nominee. And the second game that I played, that pretty much came out right after that, is Resident Evil 3's Remake. Now, this was my first time playing the Resident Evil 3 at all. I never played the original because I was but a wee lad when the first game came out, and I also didn't own a PlayStation 1. Fun fact, I never owned a PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 2's Remake, it was the same situation. I never played the original, so my first experience with both of these games was the remakes, and they were very, very good experiences. I enjoyed Resident Evil 2's Remake so much. I played through that game 3 times, and I was on a 4th playthrough. The game is fucking awesome. Like, the atmosphere they set up with the police station, the survival mechanics, it all makes you feel like you're a first day rookie cop in a fucking zombie infested police station. Incredible job. Resident Evil 3 was a more action-y approach to the game. Jill is much more nimble, she can dodge, they throw more zombies on screen at once at you, there's a lot more ammo found throughout the levels themselves kind of push you forward, there's not a lot of downtime to like backtrack and stuff with the puzzles and just the environmental stuff like there was in RE2, and that is pretty divisive among fans of the games. Some people don't like that approach, some people do. Before the game came out, I was one of the people that was looking forward to it because I would prefer a slightly more action-y approach. The dodge mechanic is much more appreciated in my opinion. Not having a dodge mechanic just kind of like artificially increases the horror and difficulty factor because you have no way to really defend yourself outside of the guns. So I feel like the dodge inclusion was really good. The story of it, from what I understand, it was altered somewhat from the original. They took out some sections which had people up in arms. To my understanding, the clock tower section was taken out. Again, I never played the original, so I don't really have a comparison, but I enjoyed the game just fine. I played through it twice. I'm on my third playthrough. It's a very short game. My first playthrough I finished with like 5 hours and something. It came with a multiplayer component as well, but I never played that. Not really a fan of that kind of stuff, so I just kind of left it alone, but it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Also, Jill has one of the best character models I've ever seen in any video game, but she is not number one. Number one will be reserved for later. Spoiler alert, it's Tifa. So the next game that I ended up playing afterwards was Persona 5 Royal, and I made a whole video about it. Persona 5 Royal is absolutely amazing. It is the best JRPG I've ever played. I stand by that. I don't believe another JRPG will come along and take that place. Am I open to it happening? Yes. Do I think it will happen? Absolutely not. So, what could be a better experience than the best game I ever played with new content? Nothing, that's what. So Persona 5 Royal is exactly what I expected. The fucking masterpiece JRPG with more stuff added to it. And all the new additions were greatly appreciated. They changed up some of the mechanics for battle, like the technical system and the baton pass, so they added new real-life minigames in the form of darts and billiards. Niggas say billiards, yeah. So you can level up technical and your baton pass for all your party members. And that opened up the gameplay a lot because I played on the hardest difficulty, and it was a blast. It was fun as fuck. My playthrough time came out to like 100 hours flat, which, dude, bang for your buck and then some. Like, if you like JRPGs and you haven't played Persona 5 yet, please go play Persona 5, especially with all this time we have because of, the state of the world. You got nothing better to do, man. Get off the shit games. Go play Persona. The new characters they added were all really good as well. One of the main characters they added, Kasumi, she had a really good story, surrounding her addition to the game, and the new palace they added at the end was really well done. It was great, dude. You can't complain when you get more Persona, and I most certainly will not. Now, the final game is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, same case as the Resident Evil games, I never played the original of this game. The original 1997 game, I never played. And when I found out they were making this remake, I was like, yeah, I'll just let that be my first experience for Final Fantasy VII because it's updated, it's modern, it looks way prettier, and I like pretty looking things. So that was going to be my first foray into Final Fantasy VII, and I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Cloud is a very beautiful girl alongside his companions. The character models are absolutely fucking insane, dude. Like, Square Enix, I cannot wait to see what Square Enix is gonna do with whatever engine they have going into this next gen of consoles, because my god, they went out, them and Capcom, they went out this generation on a bang, man. From a graphical standpoint, like, they're hitting on all cylinders. The character models of Final Fantasy VII are like peak for what these current consoles can do, and the character models in this game are 100% evidence of that. The best feature of this game to me was the combat. So they found a way, in my opinion, to properly blend turn-based combat and real-time combat. So when you first watch a gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Remake, it might look like you can just press square to win, like any other game, like the action RPGs like Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you just spam X. That is not the truth here. If you do that, you will get your ass handed to you. And actually, no, you will get your ass and then somebody else's ass handed to you as a courtesy gift. You will get stomped if you play this game thinking you can just go in button mashing. It is actually tactical. When to use certain abilities, what materia you carry on your party members. That kind of stuff determines your success in battle, depending on the enemies you go up against, depending on the way you want to kind of build the characters out. So all the characters can play in different ways. Like in my playthrough, I had Tifa be, a main damage dealer at a certain point. I had her be a magic damage dealer at a certain point. Barret, I've played as a healer. Barret is an incredible healer, by the way, and tank. So if you're looking for a hard mode tank that can heal, Barret is definitely the way to go. I've played Cloud mostly as a physical damage dealer, and then towards the end game when I started to play some of the chapters on hard, I switched him over to a magic user, and that worked just as well. Like Cloud hits extremely hard. I was actually really surprised. But all the characters, they were very vibrant. The voice acting and stuff is multiple steps above the super fucking cheesy dialogue that Japanese games usually have. It was actually really good in this game. All the voice actors did an incredible job. The lines were well written. The characters had interesting backstories. Now, this game only takes place in a small section of the original game, which honestly doesn't sit right with me. I really wish Square would have just waited to put this game out and took advantage of the power of, the next gen hardware and just gave us the full game. This episodic thing they're trying to do, honestly, I really do not like that shit. I bought the game anyway. I enjoyed what I played. I don't have a problem with playing it, but the way they're rolling it out, I'm not a fan of, and I wish they would have done it another way. But I mean, hell, at least we got the game. It could have been very much delayed due to all the world issues, with COVID-19 and shit. And yeah, so it was a very good time. I thoroughly enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I can't wait for the next 7 parts that are going to come out after this. So lastly, the whole situation surrounding The Last of Us 2. If you guys are not familiar, the game got leaked. Pretty much the entirety of the plot got leaked on the internet prior to the game getting its release date, which before that point, it was delayed indefinitely. So we no longer had a release date for the game. It was originally scheduled to come out May 29th, so we would have been a couple weeks away from getting it. But then it got delayed due to air quote logistics reasons, bullshit, and we didn't have a release date. The game then got leaked, and I believe Sony's hand was forced, and they had to put out a new release date that was fairly close to kind of damage control the situation, because that's some pretty big shit they would be in having in game's entire plot pretty much leaked online. So the new release date is June 19th, and I'm not going to talk about the game's plot. I'm not going to talk about the stuff that leaked. Unfortunately, I was spoiled. I'm still going to play this game. I'm still just as excited as I was before I found out all the leaks, but it is really shitty to be excited for a game and kind of go in having it ruined for you, because you can never get that back. Like, once you play the game and you encounter those moments that were spoiled for you, it's always going to be there, that what happens. So, whoever did the leaks and shit, I don't really know what the situation is. It was rumored that it was a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee, but Sony has came out recently saying they've identified the leakers and it was not an employee. So I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't change how sucky the situation is for fans who've been waiting for this game to be robbed of that experience. It's not a good time overall. So hopefully that's one of the last instances we see of like indefinite delays due to, world events. And there's a couple more big games looking to come out this year that I'm really excited for. Ghost of Tsushima being one, obviously Last of Us 2, and probably my most anticipated game of all time, Cyberpunk 2077. I still cannot wait for that game. CD Projekt Red has went on record assuring fans that this stuff is not impacting the development of the game. It's still on track for that September 17th release date. And fuck, man, just put me in a time stasis pod. I can't wait, dude. Like, I need that game right now. But yes, this has been a longer video. I feel like it's owed to you guys, considering I haven't uploaded in fucking forever. There was so many times I was meaning to get to a video, and I just didn't, man. I just completely fucking neglected it. But it feels good to be recording again. So I thank you so much for listening with me, guys, you know, talking with me. If you have any comments regarding any of the games I talked about in this video, any of the Last of Us news, hopefully no spoilers, please. Do not fucking come do that. Don't be a shithead. Leave them in the comment section below. You know, let's talk. I would love to read your guys' comments. I love to interact with you guys. And just stay in the house, play some games, man. Enjoy your time with your family. Hopefully these world event issues can be solved sooner rather than later. I know a lot of you are itching to get back outside, even though there's nothing for you out there. Stay in the house, play video games, complete your destiny. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for listening and watching the video. I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully it is a lot sooner than the gap between this one and the last one. No promises. See you later, dudes.